human race. We're tracking every move, keeping pace. New waves, new lines, every figure's a key. In the saga of Transformers, our legacy. TFU news and views, what the story unfolds. And views and views. From the spark of creation to the tales untold. Extra, extra. Generations unite in the fans we trust. TFU's got the news, breaking it for us.
Hello, my friend, and welcome to episode number 64 of TFU News and Views. I am your host, Anthony Brucali, owner, operator, badman behind TFU.INFO, the website, the toy archive, this podcast, Transformers University podcast, and so much more. And I want to welcome you to a long overdue update to TFU News and Views. You know, I was going to do my annual It's a Great Year to Be a Transformers Fan episode, have all my notes penned out for episode 64, but I think we're going to push that back and do it in episode 65 because there was a lot of news on Friday, this past Friday, at MegaCon here in Orlando, Florida, where I live, and did not get into. I had an easier time when I lived in New York getting into New York Comic Con. The folks at MegaCon don't seem to do that much in terms of allowing press into the event, and finding out that Hasbro had a booth, much less a presentation, was kind of a last-minute thing for me. So bummer that I wasn't there, but on the other hand, lots to talk about. Now, Hasbro announced their newest HasLab project. That being Lio Kaiser, the Decepticon combiner from Victory, the 6 members of what was then called Breast Force, now called Chest Force. You know what? I at about $299 plus a 15% surcharge for, not 15%, $15 surcharge for non-Hasbro Pulse Premium members for shipping, plus whatever additional shipping they're going to tack onto that, plus tax. So you're looking at about $350 all told for this HasLab. You know, it's funny to me, just in looking at the context of HasLabs, there's been 5. 3 of them have been Transformers Victory related. If you don't know what Transformers Victory is, it is the third and final full-length Japanese Transformers cartoon series from the 80s and from G1, what would be considered Generation 1. Now, Lio Kaiser has long been a rumor for the HasLab, and it's a great idea. Let's do 6 Voyager-class figures, plus a 7th if it reaches its first stretch goal of 13,000. Last time I checked was a little while ago. Was program itself was at about 3,000, 3,500. So it's making its way, and there's never been a Transformers HasLab that has not funded. So pretty neat to see this fund. And the funny thing about this being Victory, and about 60% of HasLabs being Victory, is that this was kind of a fan in-joke 25 years ago. Right around the time Transformers Car Robots, which became Robots in Disguise in the United States in 2001, was on the market. The joke was always redo G1, and somehow that got boiled down to Victory with ball joints, because Victory toys even then were fairly expensive and hard to come by. And ball joints was the new amazing super technology around Transformers that allowed them to be posable and transformable. So we've really done that a lot here. I think $300. It's a little steep. We figure 6 Voyagers at $35 each, 1 Deluxe $25, and then the 6 partner figures, the Chessmaster figures. It's a little pricey, but HasLabs have always been super exclusive to that project. They never get reused. They never get repainted and put out in the main line. So I think if you are into this sort of thing, it's going to scale really well with the Studio Series Devastator. It's going to be pretty tall. I'm on the fence about it just because I feel Hasbro's prices have gotten a bit out of control over the last 4 or 5 years, to the point where I know myself and a number of my friends and a number of my acquaintances online have really dialed back their collecting. And so $300 plus tax plus all the other things is a pretty penny, but I wouldn't say it's not worth it. I would just say I don't know if that is in my budget in the near future. I've got until March 24th to fund this thing. And one more thing on the name changes aside from Chest Force. Hellbat has removed the H and is now Elbat, which is either for Spanish for the bat, or he just speaks in a British accent. And he's Elbat. He's Elbat. He's going to have a blokies. All right. Moving on. Speaking of Studio Series Devastator, we got another good look at Studio Series Devastator Long Haul and Hook Commander Class 2-pack. Long Haul has stuff to tow, so technically for the first time has actually something to haul long distances. I don't know where I am on that one either. Again, it seems super popular, that figure, which is great, and it should be. I just don't know if I really feel up to pre-ordering 6 members of Devastator. That said, figure looks great. I think the whole thing looks great, and if the movie series characters are your thing, please do dig deep into that, because that is an 86 movie piece that will look great in just about any Generations collection. We also got 2 Voyager reveals. Voyager Heatwave from the Rescue Bot series making his way into the main line. I think this toy looks really neat. It's a great reuse of I guess it's Legacy bulkhead. Some of these lines are starting to blur together for me, but the bulkhead mold, it feels like this was originally intended for. I can't help but see it as Rescue Roy in my eyes, but overall, another neat figure. And then also Voyager Skybite, which I love the character. I love the multiple iterations we've gotten of Skybite over the years, but I just don't know what else they're going to do with that mold. I'm going to assume that maybe, just maybe, there's a collaborative in the future involving a shark, maybe a Jaws crossover, something Paramount. Well, I guess that's Universal. Yeah, they could pull that one off. Skybite as a character is fantastic. One of probably the most popular character carried over from the 2001 Robots in Disguise series. He's gotten toys in Cyberverse. He's gotten at least one Generations toy off the top of my head. Oddly enough, none of them ever repainted into Transmetal 2 Cybershark, which was the original paint scheme for the toy that would become Skybite in 2001. So maybe we'll see a Cybershark out of this. But then, with Hasbro's current design team, and I guess design philosophy is really what I want to say, I don't know what they can do with this. Energon Sharkticon maybe, because there's some similarities there, but there's also a lot of color similarities there, so I don't know if that would be one to do. It'd be interesting to see where this one goes later on. And then finally, we have the announcement of the Hearts of Steel 2-packs, and actually getting to see these guys. Hearts of Steel was a limited series comic 4-issue miniseries when IDW still had the comic license about Transformers in the 1800s, and features Optimus Prime and Starscream in their respective alt modes for that series. Colors on Prime are a little bright for me. I haven't read the books in forever, so I don't know if they're accurate, but I felt like the coloring in that book was a bit dirtier and a bit rustier, and this seems a little bit more primary red and blue and yellow. His alt mode is very, very much a locomotive. It is something. I don't know what else to call it, but they did call the series Timelines Optimus Prime, Timelines Starscream, and boy, Hasbro just twisting the knife on publications decade after removing their license, spending a big chunk of Generations replacing figures that they did is one thing. And now the series that FunPub had as their line for Transformers toys was called Timelines. And Hasbro was like, nope, we're taking that back too. We're taking them all back. They're like mouth at the bottom of the well in Goonies, just ripping wishes away from Fun Publications.
Yeah, but you know what? This one right here. This was my dream, my wish. And it didn't come true. So I'm taking it back. taking them all back.
And then finally, we got Hearts of Steel, Megatron, and Bumblebee. This is cool for two reasons. One, the Megatron turns into a cannon, like an actual like old-timey cannon. And just really neat to see some sort of interesting kind of really different alt mode, especially for Megatron. So I dig that one. And then Bumblebee in this, if you don't know the Hearts of Steel story, I'm going to spoil it for you right now in that the story eventually gets retconned back into IDW's main continuity. It was meant to be like a what if or an Elseworlds kind of story. And John Barber at the end of the IDW run found a way to loop it back in. And we find out that Bumblebee is not in fact Bumblebee, but that universe's Centurion, who pretended to be Bumblebee for 100 years or so, and then resurfaced in space to help the Autobots fight Unicron and a number of other things. And so that Bumblebee figure actually doubles as a Centurion figure. So there you go. There you have it. It's two characters in one. And then finally, last thing that was announced, and this was shortly before MegaCon, were two Earthspark Deluxes and an Earthspark, I don't even know what size class you would call this, but there's an Optimus with a trailer, which might be a leftover Cyberverse toy or rerun Cyberverse toy, and then Earthspark Deluxe Soundwave and Earthspark Deluxe hashtag in her season 2 form, and these look really good. It's a shame that Earthspark, much like a lot of the non-Generations lines, tends to take a back seat when it comes to the toy line, because this is what usually drives Transformers forward with the next generation and the next generation after that. I do feel like we're in a bit of a nostalgia loop, and that is not good for the brand. It is not good for Hasbro, and that is something I will talk about in the next episode of TFU News and Views when we talk about 2025 being a good time to be a Transformers fan. If you know me, it's always a good time to be a Transformers fan. It's just a little different this time around. And with that, I will leave you to wonder what else I will talk about when I do that episode. So until then, I am your host, Anthony Brucali, owner, operator, madman behind TFU.INFO. Until next time, see ya.
From Cybertron's heart to the human race, we're tracking every move, keeping pace. New waves, new lines, every figure's a key in the saga of Transformers, our legacy. TFU News and Views, what the story unfolds. And views and views, from the spark of creation to the tales untold. Extra, extra. Generations unite in the fans we trust. TFU's got the news, breaking it for us. In every new saga where the legends swarm, we bring you the updates, keeping you informed. From Energon Fields to the Matrix's light, we're chronicling the legends day and night. TFU News and Views, where the story unfolds. And views and views, from the spark of creation to the tales untold. Extra, extra. Generations unite in the fans we trust. TFU's got the news, breaking it for us. The crime beast wars or the latest arc, we're igniting the passion, lighting the spark. From toys to comics, movies to TV, we're shaping the legacy, come and see. In the echo of battle, in the calm after storms, we're mapping the journey in all its forms. From the golden age to the darkest hour, we'll transform your day with knowledge and power. TFU News and Views, where the story unfolds. And views and views, from the spark of creation to the tales untold. Extra, extra. Generations unite in the fans we trust. TFU's got the news, breaking it for us. Transform and ascend as the legacy grows. TFU News and Views, where the history flows. We're driving the future with stories brand new. This is TFU.INFO, all for you.